this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Harrell. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Blue check. Ready?
And they'll run again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Harrell. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Seven yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Working with a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw. Harrell. This will be caught at about the 5. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The kick by Carlson is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Niners at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Lance now on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Ready, go.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that,
Oftentimes, interceptions result.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Past the 20. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On the double.
On 2nd and goal, Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 15.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Off the play fake. Harrell. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Looking to throw. Harrell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on first down. Harrell throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Harrell. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. McKee. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lance. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Uchenna Nwosu. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Ten cycles. Black Ultra. Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 17-14.
49ers 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Black walk. Hut, hut.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance now to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Okay,
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cluster 6. Zoom black. Hut, hut.
Shotgun now for Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Down. Hustle, hustle. Shot, 17.
On play action, Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Trouble 38.
Now Lance. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Harrell. Pushes him over. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
On 1st down, Harrell. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. A couple of 1st downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Blue. You don't Blue. Ready?
Working from the gun, Lance. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Ready?
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Right at the 40.
Striker, 3-3. Ball red.
The Lance going to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
To throw on 2nd down, Harrell. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Hey, West, real green.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Ready. 38.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders are going to take over. 8-yard line.
Intercepted by the Raiders. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McKee. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Off the bootleg. Harrell, they'll roll him out right. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Ready.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Set, hut. Green jack. Set, go. Smash, red. Hut.
Desperation time here. Lance eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. McKee, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. McKee. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 29. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Let's go now.
On 3rd down, McKee. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys,
keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
That's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
49ers 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest. This is caught inside the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. To throw, it's Lance. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
this has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Lance to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only